Hi everyone. Well, what a term it's been. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all members of our community for your compassion, patience and understanding through what can only be described as a very different term one. It seems like only yesterday that the school was banding together to raise funds and awareness for those affected by the summer bushfires. While our attention has been diverted somewhat by the COVID-19 pandemic, I encourage families to keep these Australians in our thoughts as they continue to rebuild their lives, homes and communities after really what was a devastating bushfire season. Donations still can be made to support our worst hit communities via a link provided in today's newsletter or via the Victorian Government Bushfire Appeal, which you can access online. In terms of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a great deal that we can do as a community to try and minimise the spread of this virus. As a school leadership team, we've really been immersed in this pandemic since early January as we started to reach out to families that were returning from China after having visited family members and loved ones as part of the Lunar New Year celebrations. A very normal thing to be doing at this time of year for our Chinese community. On behalf of the AS community, I would really like to thank these families for the diligence and care for others that they demonstrated from the outset to self-isolate and to protect our local community from the potential spread of COVID-19 virus. To date, we've not had a confirmed case of the virus amongst our students and family members. That said, we must not be complacent. We must all show the same level of diligence over the coming days, weeks and months to minimise the spread of COVID-19 within our community and more broadly throughout Victoria and Australia. I've included a full recording of Premier Daniel Andrews' press conference from yesterday for parents to listen to, as I firmly believe that as a community, it is critical that we follow the advice and rules that are really designed to protect us, our loved ones and others from becoming ill. We also know now that for some members of our communities that this illness could prove to be fatal. And I implore you all to take a great deal of care and to follow the advice that's been set out. In Daniel Andrews' press conference, he stressed that this would be a very different school holiday period and that there would not be social gatherings, playdates between friends, sleepovers, dinner parties, or other simple social activities such as going to shopping centres and other popular public play spaces. As Premier Andrews said, I also call on every Victorian to undertake their civic duty and practice social distancing. Don't be closer than 1.5 metres from another person, wash your hands and practice good hygiene. Do that for yourself, your loved ones and for the loved ones of people you have never met. It will save lives. Further updates can be accessed via the DHH website, which I've included in the school newsletter, as I have in previous editions and messages that I've sent out via GetUp. And we'll continue to keep families informed throughout the school holiday period as well. Importantly, if you suspect that you have the coronavirus or COVID-19, please call the dedicated hotline. I've included the number in the newsletter and in previous communications. This hotline is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In the event of a positive test result, even during the school holidays, it's critical that you notify me directly via email. This will enable me to enact the school's plan, contact the Department of Education so that we can minimise the spread of the virus within our community. At this stage, school will resume on Wednesday the 15th of April, Tuesday 14th of April being a pupil-free day, which will be used by staff to really get themselves ready for the remote learning environment. In the likely event that this will change in terms of a return to school date, our school will transition immediately, so from the 15th of April towards being remote. Rest assured that the school has extensive plans in place to ensure that learning continue if schools remain closed after the holidays. These plans incorporate the remote learning plans that are already in place for students who have been absent, but the key difference will be that teachers' focus will have shifted towards engaging with students in a completely remote learning setting. So there won't be the same reliance to be checking in with kids in school and checking in with kids at home. This will be completely remote. There are some things that you can do as families to prepare yourself for the likely event that the school or that learning goes remote in term 2. One of the challenges that I know that a number of families may face is access to devices, particularly where you've got multiple children trying to connect with learning engagement set by teachers at the same time. While our laptop program doesn't start at ASPS until students are in Year 5, a device purchased now for younger students will still be it's very likely that it'll still be fit for purpose for a number of years until your child reaches the Year 5 age, where they participate in the BYOD or the Bring Your Own Device program. As such, and while there's still a 2-week window for delivery, for families that are able to, I encourage you to consider purchasing a computer device for your child to support their learning when this is delivered remotely. The school's contacted our regular supplier, which we use for the Year 5/6 BYOD program, and they've opened up a purchase portal for our community, and they provide free delivery. They've got limited stock available, with manufacturing really slowing, grinding to a halt, but they do have a number of the entry-level Lenovo Yogas, which of course can be purchased via the link, or you can try and source another deal through a supplier such as JB Hi-Fi. There is an access code for the portal, and all those details have been included in today's newsletter. For families who might struggle to provide your children with access to devices in the event that we do go remote with our learning approach, we're exploring ways in which we may be able to loan devices to families. I want to stress that this isn't a guarantee, and we're still exploring the feasibility of this option. With a natural reliance on technology for learning, entertainment, in some cases childcare, over the coming weeks and even months, I really encourage families to set aside time that is tech-free. This is really important in terms of your well-being, children's well-being, their mental health, and their ability to really engage outside of a tech-rich environment. Activities such as outside play, exercise, that can be indoor, board games, Lego, craft, writing, cubby building, other home-based activities that you know your kids love. It's important that they're built in a structured way into your day as well. As per the sample schedule provided last week, and I've included that again in the newsletter, I encourage you to find that right balance that really works for you. But again, life, particularly with kids, is a lot easier when you've got a plan. Plan doesn't always go to as you've hoped, but certainly much easier if you've got a plan to start with. If you're needing help, I'm sure teachers and the school will be able to help you after the holidays if you're struggling in that regard. Lastly, I would really like to thank our magnificent staff here at Auburn South Primary School. The school's response to the current emerging challenges associated with the COVID-19 pandemic has very much been a team effort, and I'd like to thank every single member of staff for their efforts to really maintain a calm and consistent environment for our students and, of course, their families. It needs to be acknowledged that for teachers and support staff, this has been a really stressful time. This stress has been eased somewhat by the strong show of appreciation, encouragement, and thanks that have come from our parent community. The regular email of support that I know I've received and that other members of staff have received have been very well received, and the recent ASPS Act with Kindness Facebook group initiative, which raised money to pay for teacher coffees, staple of teacher diets during term time particularly, and meals this week, albeit for a short time, has been really well appreciated, very well received. And I guess it reminds us that we are members of this community who are valued and very much cared for. So thank you for those families that were involved in that initiative. For staff, I really hope that they enjoy the holiday break as an opportunity to relax and to really switch off from school. No seesaw posts, please, over the school holiday break. And I guess a chance for everyone to focus on your own well-being needs, your mental health needs, to do the things that bring you joy, bring you a sense of calm, and to switch off as much as possible from devices, email, social media, and news outlets which are saturated with the same sort of stuff which we know is going on at the moment. To families, again, take care. Continue to follow the advice. I can't stress that enough as a community, and to make really wise, smart choices to keep your loved ones, family members, friends, safe as possible during this time. We'll look forward to seeing you all back at school in term 2, so April 15th. Now that might be in person, it might be down the other end of a camera, a bit like this. But anyway, in any case, we'll look forward to seeing you all then. Take care, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you.